I have walked past Toronto Fire Station 332 probably 100 times. Today I finally decided to walk in. Dan, only on his third shift, took me through everything. And then right I was about to leave, something happened that I didn't expect.
Oh no.
Before we started filming, I did ask for permission, and they were more than happy to have us.
What's your name?
Oh, I'm Dan.
Trevor.
Trevor, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. For a project, or you just on vacation?
I live here.
You live here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I think personal projects.
Okay, right on.
Yeah, just.
Do you like photography?
I do.
Yeah, right
Pictures, videos.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. Right on. Yeah. What would you like to know?
I think first just the amenities. Like, do you guys live here or?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed to take you upstairs though.
Oh,
I think
that's fine.
I think it's just like right here.
I think the trucks and stuff.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, so that's like, this is a high-res truck right here.
Mm-hmm.
So like, because we're like downtown, most of the calls are like high-rise calls, like even fires or medicals, you gotta go many stories. So this actually doesn't have a pump in it. There's no tank, right? It's just equipment for dealing with high-rise fires. So it's like fans, suction for stuff like if there's like flooding in an apartment building, like this truck can like help take care of that. And then for fans, it's more like if there's like a lot of, obviously like one of the most dangerous parts about fires is like the smoke, not the flames, right?
Yeah.
So what we've gotten really good at Toronto Fire is just clearing smoke out of where people live and into stairwells and out of the buildings. So we do that with like interesting kind of pressure techniques with fans, like ventilation techniques. So yeah, so this truck's mostly about right here. And this is more of like what you'd expect from like an average fire truck. So there's like a bumper load right here. So for like car fires or whatever, you would just like rip this out. And it's like a smaller volume hose.
So you can detach it or?
Yeah, like this. No, like this pops out like right.
Oh,
here.
this one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the water. I see.
So
That's
pretty handy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like 45 millimeter hose, so not as high volume, but very convenient and fast. This is the pump panel, right? So like if you're ever like the first truck in, it's your responsibility to like hook up to a hydrant, for example. So you have about like 3-4 minutes of water in the truck, right? So 2,800 liters of water.
Wow. So
Between 22 and 28, depending on the truck. I actually don't. I'm pretty new here, so I actually don't know how many liters this truck has.
Okay.
Off the top of my head, but so like right off the truck, you got like 3 or 4 minutes of like high flow, and then this truck runs out of water. So within those 3 or 4 minutes, the operator has to catch a hydrant. Has to go to hydrant, hook the hydrant up. Usually up to this guy, there's like a twin intake on the other side, depending on like what side the hydrant's on. You like hook this one up. If this is more convenient, there's like a bigger high volume in the back. But if you're close by to the hydrant, then you just hook this guy up, throw all the water in there, and then you got all the water you want. Because we're right on a lake. And then these are all the different hoses, right? So like, see how it's
pressure?
Speedway 1 and 2, exactly, yeah. So you see how it's marked right here?
Yeah.
See right there? So that's according to how many lengths of hose. So like the more hose you have, the higher pressure you have to run because there's so much friction loss in the hose, right? So this is 45 mil, it's 4 lengths each. So you have to run it at 830, right? 830 kilopascals. I don't know what that is PSI, but it's metric. So it kind of takes all the math out of it for you because they've just marked what you're supposed to be running at. So like that front bumper, it's 3 lengths, so you can run it at a lower pressure at 720, right? Or 710. Yeah, and then this is like your master intake and discharge pressures. So you kind of know what's happening with the truck. So like if you hit a hydrant and all of a sudden the pressure drops, then you can, like in the intake, then you're like, oh, like the hydrant's broken. So then you gotta like disconnect and find another hydrant. Or there's something wrong with the truck. And the people that are more experienced kind of know the difference, know when to tell. So yeah, this is pretty cool. This is kind of like the more complicated job. Generally speaking.
So do you actually use them? Because I see, I mean, mostly are false alarms. Right?
Oh yeah. That's like
common.
A huge percentage of what we do.
Yeah.
You know, and then this is like, we had to use this today. We had a garbage fire. Somebody threw a cigarette in a garbage can. So just use this little guy. Just water. And because we're downtown, because these are like for like mass casualty incidents.
Mm-hmm.
So say if you have like terrorism or a shooting, many people injured, then this is all the equipment you would need for that.
So like aids stuff, first aid.
Yeah,
Kit,
I mean, there's
medical
other
kits.
medical. There's a standard medical kit on the other side, but this is like, I think there's 10 tourniquets in here, and then these things called hemostatic, like pressure bandages, where like they absorb liquid like really well, and they kind of it has like a gel in it that expands, and it's really good at stopping bleeding. So that's what's there, and then because again, it's a high-rise area. Generally, on most fire calls, we're going to catch these guys. So this is like a blue hose. So have you ever seen like a fire department connection, like in your stairwell?
Yeah.
That's what you hook up to this. So
Mm.
like, this is all the attachments in here, and then you can hook up 150 feet of hose.
Oh.
So you can actually go up like 2 stories from where it is.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you've got this little crowbar looking thing is a Halligan tool. It just, it's for forced entry, for when doors are stuck or whatever, or really for breaking a window, whatever you need to break in. Yeah, that's this side of the truck, and this is for if you have to, like on the outside, you see fire department connections,
Mm-hmm.
like where like for sprinklers or for standpipes. That's what this is for. So if you have a team that's on like the 4th floor, and like the fire pump in the building's broken, this truck, as long as it's connected to a hydrant, can charge the entire building. But you have to have this kit to connect to it.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. In that case, we can replace the building pump. And this is where all the big hose is. So 45 here, 65. This is higher flow, lower pressure. Lower flow, higher pressure for different situations. And this is when you've got a hydrant connection that's really far away.
Oh.
So you can use all the high pressure.
Yeah,
hoses. So maybe it's like a block away or whatever. Or if it's even so far, you can actually connect this to another truck. The other truck will pump into you. It's called like a pump relay.
Okay.
So it's kind of neat. It doesn't happen very often. And this is when you catch a hydrant. That's the kit you use. And that's to soak up liquids. It's like basically kitty litter. And these are ladders. You got 2 24-foot ladders. Is that a call?
Oh.
I don't know what that was. What was that? This is a pike pole. So when you have like a fire in an apartment, I had to use this last week.
Mm.
There was like a fire in a condo, and all the fire was like in the bulkheads in the kitchen. It was like inside the walls. So you have to tear the walls open, and then you can spray water where you have to chase the fire around the building.
Mm.
And then this cabin. So for like example, if you had to get through a gate, right, or you got to get through like a hatch
Yeah.
to like ventilate smoke like out a roof or whatever.
Mhm.
Usually everything's locked, right? So we permanently unlock it with tools. That's most of that. This is other tools.
Ooh.
Need an extra axe. Again, more entry. This is what a hydrant wrench is. If you ever want, like the big square nut on a fire hydrant.
Yeah. Oh,
that's how
that
you
goes
open
in.
it.
Okay.
This is all the medical stuff. So like this is what we grab like 50-60% of the time. So this is like AED defibrillator,
Mhm.
right? For like cardiac stuff. It's got it's got Narcan in it, and then this is like our oxygen, if you have to supply oxygen to a patient. And this is like all the rest of the medical stuff. So like the first aid kit,
Okay.
everything like that. Different types of bandages and things to help ventilate patients. And this is the other side of the panel. So there's no controls on this panel, right? Apart from the drains, that's the only stuff you can actually modify.
Okay.
And this is like a shorter length, if you're lucky enough to be that close to a hydrant. But these are other intakes and discharges in case you need them.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you can control all these on the other side.
Oh.
Yeah. And then this whole thing slides out. We don't have room to slide it out right now, but this whole thing slides out and you rip this out. So basically when you grab this is called a Minuteman load. So what you do is you grab this right here, put it on your shoulder, you walk out, and then you grab like that around your shoulder, that in your hand, and you can drag the whole load. One person can drag the whole load out, which is pretty handy. So yeah, that's what's in this truck. This is essentially an identical truck.
Okay.
All the trucks are like a little different, but this is our truck here. This guy's here. I'm actually not sure why this truck's here. but everything is getting moved around because of FIFA. And then, so I'm the most junior person on the truck, so I sit over there. The senior man sits there, or woman. This is the captain's chair right here. Because he's got all the controls and navigation. And obviously the driver's in the driver's seat. Typically there's going to be four people. So when you go into a scene, the driver always stays with the truck. So then there's always, you're going to go up with 3 people. So you have captain's leadership, and then you have 2 people following up. So.
Got it.
Yeah. I actually don't know much about this high-rise truck, apart from what I've told you. Because again, I'm new, and I've never been on a high-rise truck. And then this is like a command center truck. So when you have like a bigger incident, because like this is a central hall, and it's like an old sort of respected hall, there's chiefs here.
Yeah.
So the chiefs basically run this. So incident command, this becomes essentially a miniature headquarters for an incident. And there's like all sorts of different ways that happens kind of automatically. Everybody knows what their role is. And they study for years and years to be able to get really good at that stuff. Yeah, so that's basically, it's got all sorts of communications equipment in there, as well as extra supplies. And again, I've never even been in one, because it's above my pay grade.
Oh.
And that's also a district chief truck. So often this truck will accompany us on a call. So like a high rise, for example, they could accompany us to a call. So when our radios don't work, because like we're stuck somewhere like on the 4th floor, and like because of the way they built the building, the radios can't hit communications. This has like a repeater in it that turns on, and then this talks to communications for us. Yeah. Also, it's nice to have a district chief around, because like they're generally really smart people with lots of experience. So yeah, that's sort of a story with Adelaide.
So that's all the trucks you guys have? What about here? Or is just parking spots?
This is parking. Yeah, actually. Everything's gotten moved around a little bit today. But yeah, again, because of FIFA and because everybody's gearing up for Pride, like there's trucks moving around everywhere. Schedules being changed around. Yeah.
And you guys live upstairs?
Yeah. So like the dorm, essentially, not really a dorm, but there's like a bunch of cots. It's actually kind of nice. AC is really good. We come down that pole if it's an emergency, right?
Oh, I think I know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that on TV.
Yeah. It's a real thing.
But it's not like a soft, like a rope. It's a...
No, it's a brass pole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And there's like a pad at the bottom, because you kind of you hit the ground somewhat hard.
So it doesn't hurt. All right. Oh, can I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
You said you're new, right? So what are your shifts like?
It's 24 hours.
Every day, or you got like time off?
No, yeah, you get a decent amount of time off just because it's 24 hours. They split it up where you end up working the equivalent of 42 hours a week.
Oh.
But in 24-hour chunks. Right?
Okay, 24.
So I think that ends up being like 1.75 or whatever, 1.85 shifts a week, maybe 2.1 shifts a week, whatever that is. I didn't get this job because I was really good at math. But yeah, whatever that ends up being. I think it's like roughly like 8 shifts, 9 shifts a month. Yeah. And then it's spread out over the week in a way that you can kind of manage your life pretty well. Because you have to have like a full 24 hours to recover from a 24-hour shift. Because especially here, like there's not a lot of sleep, right? There's a lot of night calls, right? So this is only my 3rd shift. But my first 2 shifts, I didn't sleep very much. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
So really new.
Yeah.
But like since you joined, across the 2 plus this one.
Yeah.
Any calls? Any?
Yeah. We got a couple fires.
What other like interesting ones?
Those are interesting and like less. I mean, you don't want to trivialize it for the people it's happening to. So more interesting is probably not the right word, but for them it's emotional or upsetting, right? But for us, it's like you have a job to do. Try to separate yourself a little bit from that. Yeah, and then like a lot of like sort of safety checks on people that are unhoused. You know what I mean? A lot of them find themselves pretty vulnerable situations. So
they call.
People will, like a concerned citizen will call us. They'll call 911, for example, if they see somebody who's like not responsive, like on the street, right? Because like if you're not responsive, you might have taken something that's putting your life in danger at that point, right? It's like your respiratory rate might drop to the point where you stop breathing and then you just die, right? So it's kind of our job to interrupt that process. And if we can ventilate, we can ventilate. If you can't ventilate, then you give them like Narcan. If it is an opioid-related situation, which I think is more common than you'd want. So there's a lot of that, obviously, especially towards the evening when there's more people walking around. It's actually kind of nice. It gives you hope because like people will we'll walk by a person who's unhoused and they'll call, right? They won't just walk by and just like forget about them or whatever. It's like there's a lot of concerned citizens which they're looking out for others that are strangers. It's pretty
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, makes you feel good. Yeah.
What are the surprises you find
Surprises?
since you're new?
Yeah. I don't know. Not too many surprises yet.
Good things, mostly.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, like, I was the public being interested in what we do and being appreciative of what we do has been kind of nice. You know,
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of people stop by and want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I didn't expect that so much, but I didn't know I was going to end up in this hall either. So I think if you're at a more not rural, but like more suburban hall, it probably happens less, right?
Yeah, this one, I think it's quite a big one in the downtown.
It's big, it's downtown,
Yeah.
It's got lots of traffic. So yeah, I guess that's an interesting new thing to me. But yeah, we won't go through like a lot of training. So there's a lot of these situations. It's your first time handling it in real time, but you're expecting them to happen, right? Because you've been trained like pretty extensively. It's a long and challenging training that you put through before you're allowed to be on a truck.
Yeah.
They take training pretty seriously.
I guess so far you like it.
I'm loving it so far. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I have kids, so it's nice to be able to like, give back to the community that they live in.
Protect them from.
Hopefully, make the world a better place in a tiny little way. Whenever I show up to work, if I can.
So nice.
Day better. So. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's us.
Oh, that's
we
you.
Gotta go.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
man, nice to meet you, Trevor.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Dan.
yeah.
Thank you. Oh no. Perfect timing. They're leaving.
Unconscious intersection of Lakeshore Boulevard, west and Lower East Side Avenue, south Password.
So yeah, Dan gave us a pretty good explanation on the trucks, high rise, and the other one, basketball court here too. And whose car is it? And they slide down from there. I feel like Samantha from Sex and the City.
Get out of my gear! Get the fuck out of my fucking gear! Let's go, move, lady! It's a fucking fire!
Halfway through, and they're going. All right, thank you. Okay.
I'm just standing up in the back in case we all start getting calls or they gotta finish out.
Okay.
For safety.
Thank you.
No worries, have a good one.
You too. So yeah, this is Toronto Fire Station 332 Adelaide Street. So the reason why I chose this one is because it's a big one, and then the location is in the core downtown area. So I'm expecting a little busy. However, I did get the chance to tour around with Dan, who's very patient enough to explain all the trucks and living situation and the questions. So thank you. And I'm grateful for all the people who work here to protect us. Being in the city every day, it's not an easy job, but they still try to stay on to their responsibilities. So yeah, thank you. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.